Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Casper, and it's time to take a look at the news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Our top story this week comes from Santiago, Chile. The Pan American Championships are just about ready to start. In addition to crowning continental champs in all three Olympic styles, the tournament is the final qualifier for the 2015 Pan American Games in Toronto, Canada. The United States enters the event still needing to qualify 13 of the 18 Olympic weight classes for the Pan Am Games. It was a busy week, as you might guess, at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. Several members of the U.S. Pan Am team were in the final stages of training. We attended a practice where all three national teams were on the mat at the same time. Heavyweight Robbie Smith has competed in the last two World Championships in Greco-Roman. He'll represent Team USA in Santiago.
Pan Am's this year, it's a qualifier for the Pan Am Games, so you guys have to perform well, but you always go down there to win that one, don't you?
Always. So there should be nothing else on your mind but to win. I have some real hard competition down there, but you know, it's going to be fun. I want to see him before the Worlds. Hopefully Lopez is there and I get to wrestle him and have some fun down there, you know, and whoop some butt. So.
Another two-time World Team member, Kaylor Williams, will be looking for a Pan American gold to call his own only at 2:15.
Well, everything's going great, but you know how I got to start off every interview. I want to thank God and the Army for giving me the opportunity to do what I love every day. And training's going good. We're really being pushed. These practices are extremely like a large volume, so long 2.5 hour long practices, and so it's really pushing me mentally to grow and get stronger.
In men's freestyle, past NCAA champ Dustin Kilgore will battle for his second career Pan American title at 2:13. Kilgore won this event in 2012 when it was held in Colorado Springs.
Things are starting to pick up for my training now. We're going real hard. We've got some great guys in the room right now. I'm excited. We're going to have a couple other guys come in here and there to get ready as we go along with the U.S. Open and our World Team Trials. But right now I'm looking forward to Pan Am's, getting some extra things in that I need to be doing right now to pick up my pace, my conditioning, and just working really hard, getting after it.
On the women's side, junior world bronze medalist Jennifer Page will hit the mat for Team USA at 1:30.
The South American girls are really strong, so it's going to be a lot of mental toughness, I guess. Just keep on, keeping in good position, keep, pressuring forward. And, it's good, practice, get some more international competition in, since I've been out of that for a while. So, help me get ready again.
Of course, we invite you to catch all the action from the Pan American Championships via live webcast thanks to United World Wrestling. Just go to unitedworldwrestling.org. USA Wrestling will, of course, cover the event from start to finish on themat.com. Well, it's an important time of the year in the sport, not just for senior athletes, but for top age group wrestlers looking to win national and world titles. California's 18-year-old phenom Aaron Pico, for example, a member of the Senior World Cup team in L.A., but did not get to compete as Brent Metcalf's backup. We talked with the past cadet world champ and junior world silver medalist in Los Angeles.
It's definitely a challenge for me. It's just takes, I'm going against men. It's a good stepping stone for me. It's a great challenge. I'm getting a lot of experience, but I'm not there yet. I got a lot of things to do, and we know that. And one thing I've known is you take your lumps, but hey, I always say the main thing is to keep moving forward, and that's what we do. And I'm in a good position. I'm happy. I'm excited about traveling and learning new things. I have all kinds of friends and wrestling family around the world. It's just an awesome experience that not many people get to do, but very fortunate.
Well, one of the training partners for Team USA at the World Cup was another high school superstar, cadet world champ from Minnesota, Mark Hall. USA Today recently named Hall the All-USA Wrestler of the Year.
It's awesome, really, just being able to see guys like Jordan Burroughs train, Clayton Foster train, Tervel, see what they do and kind of adapt myself to that and to where I can pick ways to train the right way, and that'll help my competition as well. So it's like a big cycle, and being a part of it is something, it's a big blessing.
Well, back at the U.S. Olympic Training Center, some of the nation's top young stars were in Colorado Springs working on their freestyle. California high school star Anthony Valencia was a member of the 2014 Junior World Team and has signed with Arizona State.
It's been going pretty well this year. I've been fixing my technique every day. I'm coming here, working on some Greco, and just getting better for freestyle. Obviously, my Greco helps with freestyle also. It's me a little bit more technique, so I'm getting ready.
Former OTC resident athlete Tanner Hall is back in the Springs after an 18-month Mormon mission in Uganda. Hall is training in freestyle and will also attend Arizona State.
It's good, it's coming back. You know, you kind of almost have to come back in at like a high school level entry just to kind of get your timing back and all these things back. But things are coming together, it's fitting. My weight's coming up pretty good because I'm going to wrestle heavyweight, so I'm feeling real good right now.
All right, wrestling fans, stay tuned. We'll be back. There's more news after we return.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Hi, I'm Wayne Boyd, Director of Operations and Development for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. The club was founded to help wrestling worldwide, especially at our senior level, of course at the collegiate level, and the high school level. But the most important level for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club is the kids level. And these are some of the guys today that will be tomorrow's Olympic champions. Let's hear it, guys.
Titan Mercury!
That's Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, San Marino, California.
All right, welcome back, fans. Some sad news to report. No doubt you've heard about Oregon State's head coach Joe Wells passing away at the age of 67. Wells was just recently diagnosed with an advanced stage of cancer. His record speaks well for itself. He served for 14 years as the head coach of Oregon State, guiding the Beavers to 4 top 5 finishes at the NCAAs, including a runner-up finish in 1995. One of the top wrestlers under Wells was Olympian and world champ Les Gutches, now an associate executive director with USA Wrestling. Wells also coached many years as an assistant, starting at his alma mater, Iowa, followed by a long stint with the University of Michigan. He was a leader with USA Wrestling and chaired the Freestyle Sport Committee and coached numerous teams. As an athlete, he was a national freestyle champ. Joe's legacy can be found in the thousands of wrestlers he impacted as a coach, a mentor, and a leader. Former USA Wrestling National Greco-Roman head coach Steve Frazier was coached by Wells at Michigan and went on to win an Olympic gold medal in Greco-Roman. Frazier is now the chief of donor relations for USA Wrestling and talked to us about his coach, his mentor, and his dear friend.
I think he had a great impact, and you know, I don't know if he's one of the most well-known coaches that are out there, but I mean, most everyone knows Joe Wells, I know, but they were runner-up in the NCAA one year while he was during his tenure at Oregon State. He coached Les Gutches. He influenced Randy Couture. He had a lot of great champions. Of course, all the great people at Michigan that he affected in a positive way. I think he was world team coach for a freestyle team, USA Wrestling, a couple of years. He made a great impact on international wrestling as well, besides Oregon State, besides Michigan, and I know he coached at Iowa before all of that too. So I think he's made a great contribution to our sport. I'm devastated that so in such a short time life can change. I don't think he even knew he was sick, seriously sick, a month or so ago, and then bam, this happened. So even to this day, he's teaching me a lesson: live each day to its fullest, because you never know, when your number's up. So he's still teaching me a lesson today, and enjoy life to its fullest every single day.
Well, just a few weeks ago, Cleveland State announced that it would no longer fund its Division I wrestling program. The decision was met with disapproval, as you might guess, from the entire Cleveland community, which is one of the national hotbeds for the sport. With support and leadership locally and nationally, an effort was launched to retain the program. Last week, Cleveland State confirmed that it had reversed the decision and would retain wrestling. Well, the student body voted to raise its fees to support wrestling and the athletic department. CSU will retain wrestling and move forward, starting a new lacrosse program. Students will pay an extra $1 per credit hour to help fund the program. The news comes just weeks after Division II Northern State and South Dakota reversed the decision to suspend the varsity sport there. Congratulations to both Cleveland State and Northern State on making the right decision to keep wrestling, and thanks to everybody who fought to protect these programs. Well, for 13 years, wrestling journalist and historian Denny Deal has tracked the home attendance numbers for every Division I wrestling program. The University of Iowa topped the 2015 figures with a total home attendance of some 55,390. That's an average of 8,358 per meet. Iowa's biggest crowd was the Iowa State duel, which drew 11,882 fans. Iowa's still the only school ever to average 8,000 or more. The 7th straight year they've accomplished the feat. The Hawkeyes have led the nation in 12 of 13 years of this project. Well, Penn State came in second with an average crowd of 7,747, while the Nittany Lions' biggest duel was against Iowa. Some 15,967 fans in attendance. That's the second largest home crowd in NCAA history. Minnesota comes in at number 3 with an average attendance of 4,947. Led by the Iowa duel, of course, which drew some 13,620 fans in Minneapolis. That was the 19th largest crowd in collegiate duel history. Checking in at number 4, Ohio State. Their average, 4,947, followed by number 5, Oklahoma State, averaging some 3,002 fans per meet. In the top 25, schools set all-time highs in average attendance. 4 set their record for total attendance, and 4 others had a record-high individual dual meet crowd. Ohio State, Rutgers, and Pittsburgh established new records in all 3 categories. Congratulations to the college wrestling community, and thank you for supporting the growth of this tremendous sport. Well, when we come back, we'll update you on Doyle Trout. Stay tuned.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, one of the nation's top high school wrestlers, Nebraska's Doyle Trout, is on the path to recovery. That following a serious car accident he experienced on April 6. Emergency responders airlifted him to a Lincoln hospital where his left leg was amputated. The wrestling community has rallied behind Trout, creating the hashtag #DoyleStrong, and began raising funds to assist in his recovery. Well, the University of Wyoming, where Trout has signed to compete next year, also announced that they would honor his scholarship. The four-time state champ and a multiple Fargo All-American has kept an upbeat attitude and says he wants to return to the mat as soon as possible. Here's a clip from a recent press conference with Doyle.
What does this mean for your future, Doyle, in terms of wrestling or just in general?
Just kind of a minor setback. The plan, I mean, my goal and my dream is to still wrestle in college, so I guess that's what I'm working towards. Finishing high school still, you know. I got my homework for high school, so I can work on that so I can still graduate. And then summer is just working like on rehabilitation for my leg and getting my amputee, and then going to school in the fall for Wyoming. I don't know when I can get back on the mat, but that's what I'm gonna work for, forwards too, is getting in shape and stuff for that.
Your coach came, right, and said, hey, this doesn't change anything. How did that make you feel?
Blessed, you know, just the kind of guy that he is, just to say that, it's awesome, you know, I'm just blessed.
Now results from the recent NWCA USA Wrestling National Scholastic Duels that took place in Crawfordsville, Indiana. The Illinois Outsiders captured the team title, defeating Minnesota Elite some 35-15 in the key dual meet of the championship pool. Illinois won the first 6 matches of the duel and went on to take 10 out of 14. Overall, Illinois had a 7-0 record over the 2-day event. Now in a battle of nationally ranked stars, in the final duel, Illinois' Austin O'Connor beat Minnesota's Mitchell McKee at 132. The score 12-4. O'Connor was also named the outstanding wrestler for his performance. Indiana Gold finished 3rd, Ohio 4th, Illinois Inferno 5th, and Team Colorado 6th at the highly competitive dual tournament. Our good news continues. The U.S. Wrestling Foundation, a leading nonprofit working to grow the sport, announced the addition of 2 major wrestling leaders to their board. Tom Keene, the president of Cliff Keene Athletic, will bring extensive business knowledge to the group. Cliff Keene Athletic is a leading manufacturer of wrestling and officials gear in the country and a big supporter of USA Wrestling at all levels. Also joining the board, 2000 Olympic champ, 2-time NCAA finalist, and now USA Wrestling National Freestyle Developmental Coach, Brandon Slay. Slay is a longtime supporter of the USWF and brings experience as a champion athlete and coach. Coach Slay talked with us about his commitment to the U.S. Wrestling Foundation.
The thing that I'm really excited about is that a majority of my job here clearly is to be a freestyle wrestling coach and our national development coach and assist Bruce Burnett as a national coach. But the thing the foundation does, it doesn't just focus on freestyle wrestling. So it gives me a chance to kind of plug in and help serve other parts of wrestling like Greco and women's freestyle, but also the folk styles, because I know the foundation has been very influential in helping start college wrestling programs across the country, and even potentially, you know, giving to youth wrestling programs that are in need. So it gives me an opportunity to not just focus on freestyle, which I do at USA Wrestling, but also to serve the other styles and other areas of wrestling.
We'll take a quick time out. Back after this.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, this year is the 15th anniversary of the Northern Michigan University Olympic Training Site, which just held its annual student-athlete banquet. 4 members of the NMU OTS Greco-Roman wrestling program were honored with major awards. The most valuable athlete, Dmitry Rybachinski, a senior from Brooklyn, New York, who competes at 130. Dimitri finished 7th at the 2014 U.S. Open and 2nd at the 2014 University Nationals. He also placed 4th at the 2014 Minnesota Storm Holiday Cup. Anthony Linares, a junior physical education major from San Jose, California, received the Most Improved Athlete Award. Freshman biology major Brandon Marshall from Keystone Heights, Florida, was named a Scholar Athlete with a GPA of, get this now, 4.0. Freshman business major and Austria Junior Open champ Dalton Roberts from Fowlerville, Michigan, was named the Newcomer of the Year. Well, the Northern Michigan program has had a major impact on Greco-Roman Team USA over the years and continues to produce quality athletes and students under the guidance of the coaches, Rob Herman and Agazia Manukian. Good job, guys. Well, one of the highlights of the NCAA championships, of course, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes breakfast held prior to the Friday morning session of the tournament. This year, for the first time, USA Wrestling was among the sponsors for the event, which drew a crowd of hundreds. FCA leader Tim Johnson kicked off the event with an inspiring welcome message.
Welcome to the 21st annual FCA, NWCA, USA Wrestling Champions Breakfast. I'm Tim Johnson, and in 1995, my friend Bob Bowlesby, who was the athletic director at the time at Iowa, and I said, if the Final Four and the Super Bowl can have FCA breakfast, why can't wrestling?
Assistant National Freestyle Coach Bill Zadek led the opening prayers, and FCA Executive Director Carl Perry provided some background for those in attendance. USA Wrestling's President James Ravenak welcomed the guests and talked about USA Wrestling's involvement.
Thank you, Carl. And I also want to thank Fellowship Christian Athletes. You know, USA Wrestling is considered sponsored, but we consider it more a partnership, and it's a partnership through life. You know, the resources that we can give and what the FCA is doing for us and our athletes is just phenomenal.
Well, the main program featured a conversation between two USA Wrestling heroes, Olympic and two-time world champ Jordan Burroughs, and Olympic champ and assistant national freestyle coach Brandon Slay.
After the London Olympics, you get your gold medal. You accomplish, you want to be Olympic champion, the best wrestler in the world. They give you a medal, they say, forever you will be Olympic champion. You've got it. Talk about what that felt like after that, and then also talk about that moment that God began to kind of tug on your heart in that moment when you made the decision to surrender your life totally to Him.
Well, initially it was amazing. You know, it was a joyful experience, and it was just surreal that a whole life's worth of work culminated into being an Olympic gold medalist in London. And so it was awesome at first. I carried my gold medal with me in my pocket for like the first 3 months. Literally, I have it in my back pocket. And so wherever I go, I'd be like, hey, you ever see one of these? And so I hadn't seen an Olympic gold medal until I actually won one of my own. And it was an awesome experience. But you know, the further I got away from the Olympics, the more I realized how the pursuit was the important thing for me. It was the pursuit of being an Olympic gold medalist. It was the relationships that I had created. It was the people that I had met along the journey, and not actually the event of being an Olympic gold medalist. And so I felt empty. I was like, man, I thought that after winning this gold medal, I'd be more excited and happier than I had ever been in my life. And you can ask my wife, my gold medal just sits at home, just like in a dresser. You have yours just in a drawer in a dresser. He keeps his medal in a drawer in a dresser. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I mean, that's, you know, that's what it is. For us, it's paraphernalia. For other people, it may be of extreme importance, but for us, it's the actual pursuit. And so afterwards, I recognized that, I realized it, and I'm like, man, I'm searching for other things in life to fulfill me and sustain me, but I couldn't find them until actually going to that Edwardsville camp, you know, where I described in the video. And
the FCA Wrestling Camp?
Yeah, the FCA Wrestling camps. And so that was really a huge spark for me in terms of changing my lifestyle and kind of going in pursuit of something that was, you know, undeterred and unchangeable. And so I recognized that as a wrestler, my athletic prime is such a short period of time, and wrestling is a means to an end. And so although I'll forever be an Olympic champion, I won't forever be a wrestler. At some point, I have to hang up my wrestling shoes and just be a normal person. And so I recognize that my life as a man is a lot longer than my life as an athlete, and I really want it to be of importance, you know, so I keep that perspective at all times.
All right, it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week. The pictures are coming in from around the country and are also being considered for the photo contest page in USA Wrestler Magazine and our USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week's picture was taken by Clint Wirtz and shows 6-year-old Van Wirtz and his buddies preparing for a recent tournament in Michigan. You can have your photos considered for our contest simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Folks, that'll do it for this week's show. From all of us at USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and we'll see you next week.